No fighter. Think it's time we go and get them lights up. Let them high school lights ignite us.
Your town, your team, your school. Live from Channel 3. This is Friday Night Football. Sponsored by UConn Health, Sports Medicine, and Orthopedics.
Well, the wet weather didn't shut it all down tonight. Lots of games on for week 4 of Friday Night Football. We're glad you're with us. I'm Joe Zone.
And I'm Mark Robbins, and we've got a lot of highlights coming up for you from, how about 10 games from around the state of Connecticut. And we're going to begin with the big game on 3. You voted for it, you got it. Conard traveling from West Hartford to go and take on New Britain. And Uncle Sonia was there, wasn't he, Joe?
He joins us for more. Uncle, you're over there. You got it.
Well, the raindrops were falling on our heads a bit before my time, I know, but it doesn't make it any it doesn't make it any less true. New Britain off to a 2-1 start on the season, but the Red Wolves are trying to hang on after a tough win at Newington last week. Cost them their first and second string quarterback. So to the action we go. For my Jets fans, it was a ground and pound type of affair. Case in point, first drive of the game for New Britain. It's Elias Rodriguez on the jet sweep. 10 yards to the house. Extra point no good. 6-zip Canes. After Conard punt, New Britain back at it again with the running game. A reverse to Rodriguez. How about 72 yards to the house? Just in case you didn't believe me, he really battled his way there. Still in the first quarter, it's 12-0 New Britain. It's a 19-0 lead for the Canes that happened in the third quarter. With a short field for Conard, it's Nathan Blooms powering through for 17 yards. On the very next play, he finished the job. 26-6 New Britain after the missed PAT. How would the Golden Hurricanes respond? How about more Elias Rodriguez? If the reverse works once, run it again. 57 yards this time for the score, and New Britain would not let up. Later on in the second half, it's Caden Hill's turn to go to the house. 20 yards to be exact to go to the house. But how about another way to score? This time Campbell will drop back, fire wide open, over the middle, dancing into the end zone. Elias Rodriguez again. 3 tucks on the ground, 1 in the air, a 4-touchdown day for the junior. New Britain with a dominant 46-6 win over Conard. The Canes post-game on the rain and getting some revenge.
If it's raining hard, we practice in it. So we were already preparing the rain. We practiced in the rain, hard rain. So it was like nothing new to us.
2 years ago, we lost to them, we were up. So now we had to show them that we're back and we're better. First game of the season we played, it was almost 90 degrees on the field. Now we're playing in the pouring rain. Hopefully they get a chance to play in some snow.
A little bit about states. Look, I'll be back later with a check on the Connecticut Sun in Game 3 of the WNBA semis. But I'm Sonia. Joe, Mark, back to you.
All right, thank you. Out to West Hartford, Hall High School, the Blue Unis, home with Southington, a showdown between 2-1 football teams. Southington's defense is big right there. Aaron Borkowski with the sack. Hard to score. Now, how about this play? Is this a great fake or what? The running back, Jackson Bracken, he doesn't have the ball. It's a quarterback keeper. Wow, did I get burned on this play? It's a Hall touchdown, extra point, no good, 6-0. Here's the final minute of the half. Southington quarterback, Carmine DiBenintendo to Blake Stevens, end zone, touchdown, extra, no good, 6-6 at the half. Hall wins it with a field goal, 9-6. They're 3-1. Southington, 2-2.
The how do you do's and the pleased to meet yous for Daniel Hand and the academics of Hill House. This one played in New Haven, and the Hand Tigers really starting to play well. The defense outstanding. Kenneth Pompili with a nice play to stop the outside run by Hill House. Meanwhile, special teams for Hand setting up the offense. Owen Prescar with a solid return. Now you want solid? You got to talk about that Hill House defense. Doing a nice job all game long, keeping the academics close. But Hand's able to put some points on the board. John Healy's a good field goal kicker. He bangs one in. Daniel Hand takes this one a shutout to boot. 17-0 the final.
Well, fans braving the elements in the stands tonight as Middletown hosted Windsor, a CCC matchup. Warriors showing up offensive firepower. Sean Adams, handoff. Has the blockers, picks up a nice game, finally tackled there. It leads to this, next play. Adams finishes the job, touchdown. It's an early Windsor lead. All right, later in the game, instead of earlier. More from the Warriors. Quarterback A.J. Robinson drops back, finds John Manning on the screen. Look at that effort from Manning right there. Bobs and weaves his way across the field. He's gone. A long touchdown for Windsor. The Warriors go on to meet Middletown, 27-7. They're 3-1. Middletown is 0-3.
How about the deluge in Hamden? Woo, indeed, Joe. Didn't seem to bother the Green Dragons, though. Hamden fired up. First possession inside their own one. Oh, no, they don't. Oh, yeah, they do. Justin Chapman throwing deep to Julian Barajas. Staying on his feet deep into Brantford territory. But the Brantford defense got tough, denied any points there, but the next possession for Hamden, the O-line tearing some big holes open for Andrew Revels. Taking this one down to the Brantford 8 and setting himself up. Next play, another big hole. And a touchdown for the Green Dragons. That turned out to be the winning score because that Hamden defense got the shutout at home, 20-0 over Brantford. That's your final there. And our F&F band of the week, it's Hill House. And to nominate your school, just send us a message to sports3@WFSB.com.
A big SEC matchup. Shelton hosted West Haven. Our CIAC game of the week seen on the wax. Big game from West Haven. Fourth down, Nick Conlon scrambles. Armani Reed's in the end zone. That's a touchdown. West Haven has the early lead. Defense leading to offense. West Haven with the lateral. It's fumbled. Shelton's Kanye Tenney picks it up. He's got it all the way for a touchdown. This is a good one in West Haven tonight. West Haven responds. Armani Reed again, this time slips by the fenders. Nice moving in for the touchdown. West Haven builds on that lead. Shelton trying to come back. David Toljico up the gut, has it in for the Gales. Touchdown. Shelton's close, but not close enough. West Haven goes on to pick up the win over Shelton, 31-21. West Haven 4-0. Shelton 2-2.
First game for North Haven in the revamped Vanacore Field. Nighthawks hosting Notre Dame and West Haven. Look at the downpour.
That'll keep it clean.
Oh, my goodness. Just the kind of weather North Haven loves. That wing T offense led by Cameron Thompson as he's just running over people. Unstoppable was this offense as he scores the first of 8 North Haven touchdowns. He had over 100 yards rushing. Wow. So did this young man. After the sirens go off, and you would have thought there was a major emergency in North Haven as many times as those sirens and lights were flashing. Tristan Doss, 120 yards, 3 touchdowns. I mean, this game just made for North Haven. The Nighthawks rolling on this kind of wet night over the Green Knights, 56-0.
All right, we're started, but we're not finished. Plenty to come on week 4 of F&F when we come back. Highlights from Avon, Fairfield, and Rocky Hill. Those highlights when we come back.
We're the North Haven Cheerleaders, and you're watching Friday Night Football on Channel 3.
Welcome back to Friday Night Football. I'm Mark Robbins.
And I'm Joe Zone. If you missed any of the show, you can check out the highlights on our website, WFSB.com, as well as the Channel 3 app. Now, let's get back to the action. Out to Avon and Platt. The Falcons looking for their first win. And as Platt breaks off a big play, Zach Baker, he gets to the corner. And now he's got just one man to beat. Can he catch him? Doesn't get him into the end zone. 74 yards, touchdown. Platt leads 7-0. Hey, look, this play works for the Eagles. Why not the Falcons? The tush push. First down, Avon. But the drive stalls right there. Jaden Vega with a big play on defense. Happy about it. Reminded by the official about celebrating. The whole Platt team can celebrate. Platt 34-0. They're 2-1.
All right, now from Fairfield County, unbeaten Cheshire on the road and in the rain, of course, against the Jesuits of Fairfield Prep, and visiting Rams looking pretty sharp first half. How about some trickery on the old halfback option? Matt Jeffrey across the middle and across the field. A wet field indeed for the touchdown. Cheshire on top early. Still in the first half, another big drive for Cheshire. Jeffrey Gonzalez got to the outside. Big gain. Knocked out of bounds. And then Cheshire, the touchdown, a shutout win on the road. Boy, the Rams are good. 14-0, knocking off Prep.
Where we went tonight, there were some fans, and they're showing off some energy on a rainy night in Rocky Hill. Terriers hosting Farmington. Farmington's Jakai Veal takes it outside, makes a couple of defenders miss, picks up a nice gain before he's knocked out of bounds. Rocky Hill keeps Farmington out of the end zone. On defense, Farmington makes life tough for Rocky Hill. The quarterback brought down with the sack. Terriers put the ball in the end zone right here. Joseph Motes goes up the middle and in for the score. Rocky Hill is on top 14-13. Farmington's back again. Veal for the Riverhawks. Outside, a couple of moves, touchdown. It's Farmington getting the win, 21-14. All right, let's move on to other news, other sports news tonight. The WNBA playoffs, Game 3, the Connecticut Sun and the New York Liberty.
Unkwa Sonye back with us now. Checking in on the highlights. This was a pivotal Game 3, wasn't it, Unkwa?
Yeah, I'll say. I mean, this best-of-5 series turned into a best-of-3, and this is the semi, so a win here gets them one game away of going back to the finals. So let's take you to the action, because the Sun had no answer for the Liberty in the first quarter, and this place sums things up. Off the block, New York in transition. Breanna Stewart, it's like running a drill. She gets it, gets the hoop and the harm. 37 points for New York in the first quarter. Sun not happy on the bench. Connecticut trying to respond in the second quarter. Ty Harris knocking down the wide open three. She had 11, but the Sun down by 14 at half. In the second, Liberty continue to roll. More ball movement before Sabrina Ionescu. Step back, triple. She had 16 points. No stopping the Libs tonight. They beat the Sun at Mohegan Sun Arena, 92-81. They now lead it 2-1. Pivotal Game 4 at Mohegan Sun Arena on Sunday. With a look at UConn football tomorrow, here's Joe.
Yeah, Uncle, the UConn football team back on the field. They host Utah State at the Rent. UConn looking for the first win. 0-4, that tough loss last week to 18th-ranked Duke. Kickoff tomorrow at noon at Rensselaer Field. We'll be there with our reports in our early news. Finally, Donovan Clingan hurt his foot in practice. UConn's calling it a strain, and that's going to cost him about a month. That's the bad news. The good news is UConn's first exhibition game against Northern Arizona is 5 weeks away.
All right, and if you missed any of this show, you can catch all the highlights coming up on WFSB.com. That's going to do it for Joe and Uncle. I'm Mark Robbins. So long. Good night, everybody.